So today I'm going to showcase Autopilot for developers in API workflows. So you've just seen API workflows presented by Irina, and well, the challenge is that if you're an RPA developer and you've been doing RPA all your life, and suddenly UiPath releases a new tool called API workflows, you may find it challenging to build something with API workflows because they are rather different from RPA. And that's when Autopilot comes in. With Autopilot, you can pretty much build a working, even complex workflows and fix them without necessarily knowing how to build an API workflow. And I'm going to showcase to you that today. The benefit, of course, to customers is that you can start using and building API workflows powered by UiPath without having to go through lengthy training or retraining your RPA team or doing also, waiting for a long time for adoption. This can be done much faster. For the purpose of today's demo, I picked three use cases. They are not very complex. One is very simple. The other ones are a little bit more tricky. I will try to go through all of them and show you how Autopilot for developers manages to resolve them. And even if there are issues, it will try to solve them and eventually build a working workflow that does what is intended to do. Regarding availability, it's not yet available. We hope and we aim for it to become public in public previewing community at the end of July. And we have a tentative GA date in September. Generally speaking, we would like Autopilot for developers in API workflows to GA at the same time with API workflows. And regarding on-prem, that's still an open discussions. We will see if we manage to get it available for next year's automations deployments. Alrighty. I will create, by the way, I will use alpha. I know it's a bit expected, but this is where things work best. And I will try to show you first how it looks like. This is a side chat. This is Autopilot. It has a couple of features, including chat history. You can go back, some settings, you can give it custom instructions, and from here you can always begin a new chat. Currently, I'm using Model Gemini 2.5 Pro, and I'm going to prompt it to retrieve my last received Outlook email. And it will show you that, it will start thinking a bit. It will tell you what it's going to do. And it added the modifications to the canvas. I will accept them. There is a small bug here that I need to always reselect the connection, but that's okay. And now I can even tell it there's the workflow for me. And it tested successfully, and you can see here in the output that it got my last email. Okay, so this was a simple use case. Let's go to something more complex now. What about if I want to analyze all the emails received from non-UiPath users in a new workflow and see what are the most common issues that are encountered? Again, it will analyze the prompt first, and then it will try to generate the workflow. And it will also configure each activity. It will not be like previously as you had in RPA workflows where we only generated the activities. Here we always configure them, and I'll show you that it also generates the expression. So it generated the workflow. I can review it. Notice it added expressions everywhere, filters, and it even added the prompt here for GenAI, and so on and so forth. Uh, and now I can go and remember I have to change the connection. And again here, my own connection. Uh, mm, Connection disable. Oh, yes, my bad. And then I can try to tell it to test my workflow. I'm intentionally doing so because if there are any issues and it's testing the workflow, it'll then try to automatically fix them. I mean, there might be issues with the expressions that it initially generated. We shall see. There we go. It was probably something wrong with the expression. It will try to fix it. I'll analyze and try to fix it. It seems there was an issue with the workflow. I'll try to fix it. I want to remove the codes. Alrighty. And again, the activities that were changed are shown in yellow, and what has changed is shown as a diff here in the properties. As you notice, the one that was removed is with red, and the one that was added is with yellow. But fairly simple to understand what's happening. Okay, I accept them. I re-indicate my connection. Okay, and now I can try and test again. Oh, it's already rerunning. Supposed to rerun. It says that the inbox is not selected correctly. Okay, and I will try to fix it for me using different uh different solutions uh from whatever the issue is. It's already trying to modify it and fix it for me. All right, so this was an example of how it works in an API workflow. I'll now try to use the third use case. Uh, it's a bit more trickier because I'm going to ask it to basically simulate a trigger. Said I want to receive a Slack message whenever I get a new Outlook calendar meeting invitation. I want the Slack message to contain the meeting subject and the meeting invitee email address. This is a bit tricky, and I know that doesn't always manages to get it right because it has to simulate a trigger. In the meantime, I can tell you that it also supports adding files uh, and adding references. So for instance, if you want to modify the workflow, you can write here just the name of the activity. In the future, you'll be able to indicate the activity and say, I just want to modify this activity or the expression this activity, or I only want to modify this expression. And uh, it can uh, it can do that for you if you indicate exactly what you want to modify. Notice it generated it. It created a rather nice structure to it, and it also gave me the setup instructions. What do I need to do to get this working? Since it's trying to send the Slack channel, I'm not happy with that. I can tell it I want the Slack message to be sent to me, not to a Slack channel. I notice it created a diff, it removed the previous activity and replaced it with send message to user. Okay. Um, I have to re-indicate the email addresses, the connections, my connection. And I think I can also tell it to test my workflow using my email, using this email address. Let's see at UiPath. So I can also tell it to test using particular inputs. Why I'm saying this is because we have this test configuration, and here I would have to input the, see, nicely populated my inputs, and it will test it, test the workflow for me with those inputs. I'm not gonna go into, so it seems that it worked correctly. It manages to pull the Outlook uh, invitations, but I don't have any new invitations right now, but the rest of the workflow worked correctly. So it generated a correct and functional API workflow. That is all that I wanted to showcase to you. I hope you like it, and looking forward for the public preview when things are gonna work nicely for everyone. Thank you.